We're ready. All right, you guys. Jen, do you want to get this thing rolling? You're always good at amping it up.
We just wanted to talk to you guys because we are just so excited for everything that's happening after our little planning Zooms with everyone. And we just wanted to take a few minutes tonight to just talk about our goals and what we're doing over the next couple of months, strictly from a leadership standpoint, because you guys all succeed when your team's succeeding. So in addition to us doing our income producing activities, we have some things we want to share with you to help from a leadership perspective.
Yeah, that's good. So one of the first things we want to talk to you guys about is about how we succeed when we help other people succeed, when we help our teammates succeed. And something that I really try to follow is, just focusing on helping other people, and that's when, I'm going to accomplish my goals as well. So all this is going to kind of tie together because we're going to really get in depth with more of this in a minute. But, it's really important to, know what your goals are, but you also want to know what your teammates' goals are. And if you can focus on helping your team hit their goals, you're in turn going to hit your goals. So it's something to remember, make it about other people. I really believe, that, I don't know, as leaders, we should be there to help our teams. I don't know, I'll just give an example. So I don't ever keep customers for myself. And Jen, I don't know if this is where you want to go with this, but this is where I'm going to go with it. But you guys don't have to do this specifically. I'm just giving an example. For me, I am always looking at my chart and thinking, where can I move a customer? Where can I move volume that's going to help the team? Not necessarily how it's going to benefit, me the most, how am I going to make the most money off this right now? Because I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at how moves I'm going to make are going to help me not only promote, but also to move forward and help my teammates move forward. So while, I might think, oh gosh, I don't really want to put my customer 5 levels down, in the bigger scheme of things, me doing that and helping myself, go to Emerald or whatever it is going to help me. So I don't know if Jen, if you want to elaborate on that, because I feel like.
Yeah. So that being said, make sure, and I know we've already said this, but make sure that you've looked at that post in Freedom Wrappers where people commented on their goals. So from a charting perspective, who wants to promote to what and where you need volume to make that happen. Make sure, even if you didn't have teammates comment on that post, make sure that you take a couple minutes to reach out to people. Everyone started this business for a reason, and they started it with you for a reason. And, sometimes life gets crazy and maybe things have died down with them, or maybe things died down with you for a while, but we want you guys to reach out to everyone in your downline and just say something like that. I'm not going to spin a script here, but reach out to people and remind them that they started for a reason, that you are here to help them do that we have big things happening. Ask them if they're ready to get rolling again, or if they're still already rolling, are they ready to hit harder? What are their goals for this year? Find out what they want to do, and don't freak out if people don't respond or have something they want to do. The point is that you're trying, and that you're, going to work with the people who want to work at their speed, and their goals. So we're focused on their goals. We're helping them get a chart out. We're helping them understand exactly what they need to hit that rank. And when you're signing people, where to put people to help you as well, obviously.
Yeah. And okay, sorry, I was staying on the notes. Okay, so the next thing is, so say you reach out to that person, you go over that post on the Freedom Wrappers about the goals, you reach out to your teammates, and you're like, hey, I saw you put a goal down as Ruby. Do you have a Ruby chart printed out? No? Okay, let's get one. If you do, okay, can you send it to me? Let's go over it. You want to be hands-on with their chart. You should know what their chart is, who's working, who's not working. You should help them understand, okay, if they don't know how to figure out their projected volume for the month, you should help them figure that out. You should know their chart, I feel is better, as well as they do, especially at this point. I understand, at some point it gets so big that it's kind of ridiculous to think that we can do that. But I know I knew my team's chart until I was triple diamond. Like it was weird. I even like knew it in my head. I was like, weird, like very weird. Like,
and she would call me about it, and I would be like, "Can you send me a picture, please? Because I don't have brain memory like you." Thanks.
So, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, you guys, every month, like I was projecting volume. I could tell if my teammate came to me with a question, I was able to say, okay, this is where I would put it, but ask them, to keep you updated. Keep you updated on who's signing loyal customers, what's changing, who's enrolling people. But you need to help them come up with a plan, because guess what? You're their leader. You're maybe their enroller. Maybe you're their upline that they're coming to for help. So you want to help them. Like, you just want to be hands-on with them and helping them come up with that plan. But here's the next thing. You don't want to do that like day one and even day two and day three. Maybe you're like, okay, yeah, like how's things going? Like, what do we got going on? And then a week later, you're MIA. 2 weeks later, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be consistent with this support, with this excitement, especially in such a crucial time that we're in right now. Like, such big things can happen. Like, I mean, you can go from being a distributor rank to being diamond rank in the next few months. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the time to let off the gas at all and say, okay, well, I told Sally Sue, like, how to go Ruby. I told her who's on her chart. I told her what the volume is, so she's good to go, so I can go over here. No, like, you all the time, like, hey, how's it going? Like, what's any changes? Like, how close are you?
I'm so excited for you. You're so close. You're so going to do this. Like, this is.
I've gotten in a habit of, like, whenever I'm messaging someone, I don't say, how far are you from Ruby? I say, how close are you to Ruby? Like, just changing that up. And I feel like it's something so, and I can say it because I know Courtney's on here. I think one day I forgot what she said, and it was like, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm like this far. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no, like, that's awesome. But like, if I would have said, how far are you? Like, that seems just like, okay, I know that you're not, like, you're pretty far, like, how far away. But if I say, how close are you? That's going to help give your teammate that little boost, that, like, wow, like, she thinks I'm close. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the way you spin it. So I've really tried to get myself in the habit of doing that.
And you guys, one more, I want to tag off that really quick.
Yeah,
so in addition to, like, helping them chart and helping them keep track of stuff, make sure that we're, like, affirming people and, calling people out on the good things that they're doing, big and small. Like, we're not just all like, how close are you, or how far are you, or what's that chart look like? Like, we also want to be, telling people, oh my gosh, you're doing so awesome. Like, really be shouting people out. Lindsay and I have been talking about that a lot. That's so important. People love that. Validating people's successes, even if it's just like they started posting again.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to right off that, I was going to say, and it's not even just about like, hey, like, you're on fire signing loyal customers, you're on fire signing distributors. No, like, take it down like a few more levels. Like, hey, like, that was a really awesome post you put. Here's something you could really do that's really going to make somebody's day. Oh my gosh, that post was awesome. Do you care if I use that? Imagine what that would do for, like, a newer distributor, maybe someone who's struggling with feeling, like, confident. You know what I mean?
Guys, I commented on someone's post the other day. I went through the comments on Freedom Wrappers where people had tagged people. I think it was in our team call on Monday, and I started clicking on profiles and just showing love for a few minutes. And somebody literally messaged me and thanked me for commenting on their posts. Like, little stuff.
Yeah.
It shows that you want to help them, like, boost their post even. Like, that goes a long way.
And that you're paying attention. But even if it's just like, hey, like, I just want to shout out because I noticed you've been getting on all the Zooms lately. I noticed you've been hopping on the calls. You're more active on the team page. It doesn't have to be who's signing the most people, who's, that kind of thing. Like, because sometimes, like, and this might be backtracking, but we have to also remember not everybody wants to work at the same pace we do. You know what I mean? Or maybe not everyone has the goals that we do. And I think it's really hard to forget about that, or to remember that, I guess is more of what I should say, especially at this time, because we're so fired up. Like, we're running after our goals, and we're like, heck yeah, everybody's going to want to, like, go, like, crazy with me and work nonstop and stay up all night. And, but that's not really everybody's reality. And I think it's really important that we don't write those people off just because necessarily they're not like working at the pace we are, because it doesn't mean that they're not going to be a rock star, a crucial part of our team. Like when people join our team, we say, you get to work at your own pace. I'm going to help you reach your goals. So let's just remember that, like, just because someone's maybe not like, posting as much as we want them to, we've heard of people that don't do anything for a year and now they're like presidential diamond. So like, it's just easy to really remember, or, that kind of thing too. Like, just let them know, like, hey, I'm not trying to bug you, but I'm here for your support. If you need anything, you know where to find me, kind of thing. Because that's how it is, and then you can focus on those runners. But don't forget about the people who are, crawling or walking or limping or whatever they're doing. We're here to help everybody. Even if their goal is to get 4 loyal customers and that's it, boom, I want to help you get your 4 loyal customers. And then let's see what's next. Let's see, like I talked about that. Oh, so like another thing, like Jen and I were talking about, like, you're all on this Zoom for a reason. Like, you're all leaders. If you have one person on your team, you're a leader. And you guys need to like own that. You guys need to, realize that you have a team and they look up to you. People joined your team for a reason. Whether it's, and I'm talking like maybe you talk to like someone way down on your team. Well, they joined someone on your team who joined someone on your team who joined you. You know what I mean? Like, so take ownership of that, and don't be afraid to do calls with them. Even if you have one person, don't be afraid to do Zooms, power hours. Like, those are the kind of things that, especially right now, but like at all times, is really going to help keep your team fired up and focused. Like, you don't have to be a certain rank to run a power hour. I don't know, Jen, like I was trying to look at let's see, like, like screenshotting what you're doing that's working. Maybe you're in a group chat or whatever it is. Share with your team a message that's working for you. Share with them a post that got you a ton of hits.
Share with them what you said. Like, if you signed a loyal, hey guys, I signed a loyal today. I want to share the convo with you. So, people want to have a lot of guidance on what's working. Sometimes people don't know what to say, or sometimes, your wording will help them kind of tweak theirs. Just, I think celebrating everything right now, celebrating their goals, their successes, your successes, it's just creates that excitement and that momentum. And that's what we're all about right now. So doing power hours together, being accountable with each other, working together, sharing your list. If you have a chat, if you don't have a chat, that's fine. But if you have one person on your team, text them your daily list, text it back and forth to each other. Screenshot, if you guys let's send 10 messages today. Screenshot me when you send them and I'll send mine. Like, anything we can be doing to hold each other accountable and just keep that fire going, I think it's really important right now.
Well, and I think like too, like while you're celebrating your team's successes, don't be afraid to celebrate yours. Don't be afraid to like post in the chat and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, I got a new potential, or oh my gosh, I just signed another little customer, or like screenshot a message and be like, oh my gosh, look at this message I just got. You know what I mean? Because you doing that too is going to show them that you get excited about those things. Like, things that might seem like little things, you get excited about those too when it happens for you.
And also in the front. I love that.
Yeah. And I feel like just gives them a chance to be like, okay, wow. Like, that is pretty a big deal. Like, getting a potential is a bit like me. I get excited when I get a new potential. They might not sign up for 2 years, but I'm freaking excited about them. Like,
what are those seeds, baby?
Right. Yes, exactly. Let's see. You guys should be an example of what you want your teammates to be every single day. So if you want your teammates to be fired up and excited, like, you need to project that. Like, you need wake up in the morning and, if you have a chat, post in the chat and be like, woohoo, like, who's ready for an awesome day? Or I'm going to kill it today, you guys. Like, just little things like that. And again, like, if you only have one person on your team right now, send them a text. Like, it doesn't have to be a chat. But I think you want to set the example. Like, if you want your team to be on fire, you have to be on fire. Like, if you want your team to get on more Zooms or more calls or plug in more, you have to do that. Like, they're going to look at you. I was talking to Mandy earlier today, and we were talking about the morning power hours, and I'm like not a morning person, and I freaking hate it. But I love it because it's so good for me. And she was like, oh, I was like, man, I wonder if Lindsay's going to be on. Maybe I shouldn't go on. And I'm like, trust me, like, you guys are keeping me accountable. Because I'm like, if I don't get on, they're going to be like, where the heck is Lindsay? And I feel like then they're the same way. They get on because of me. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, so same thing for your team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys can help keep each other accountable, but you've got to set that example, because if you don't get on the Zooms, if you're never, participating, why would they? Why would they do it? They're looking at you to show them what to do. Oh, if Courtney doesn't think that's important, then it probably isn't. You know what I mean?
Good times and in bad, in sickness and in health, till death do us part.
Okay, are you renewing your vows right now? Like, that's not on our list.
Awkward.
But that's just like something really like important too, is just being the leader, like, being the distributor that you want to have on your team every single day. Let's see, Jen, do you have anything else? I feel like we hit.
I don't. Do you guys have questions though?
Oh yeah, Hannah had her hand raised, and I hope she.
Oh. Why don't I ever see hands?
It's fine. Just ignore me. No big deal.
Lindsay ignored you. I didn't see you.
Listen, I was speaking.
No, Lindsay was talking about, being excited and firing up our team every morning and like posting in our group chat or whatever we have. And I was just going to share, like, for me, it's been, difficult with the infant. I'm not always like super excited in the morning. I'm usually pretty pissed off most mornings and sleep deprived. But the last few mornings I've been waking up and going on YouTube and looking for even like a 4 to 5 minute motivational speech. Like Denzel Washington does a ton of them, and I can't think of who else right now, but Will Smith. So anyways, they're like super short, and I like this morning I just like put it on and had it playing while I was making breakfast for Brooklyn, and like it got me so fired up and like tears in my eyes. And like when you get to that point, like I feel like you're posting for the days better, like you're a better leader for your team because you're just like so excited, you just want to burst.
I love it.
I was gonna say too, like Alpha, what Hannah just said, how like sometimes you might wake up in the morning, you're super like, you're not a morning person, or maybe not feeling super motivated. Post something at night then before you go to bed, like something for your team to see like in the morning when they get up. You know what I mean? Like in the day on a good note. But I like that idea what Hannah said, and I think it's something too, like we didn't mention, but if there's like a video that you guys like, or maybe you watch like a training on YouTube that you really thought was awesome, share that with your team. Like just those little things, because the more you can pour into them, really, the better it's going to be. So you just want to be present. It's good to show them that you're working, but you want to be involved with them. Like I feel like you should be touching base with them somehow every single day, whether it's in your chat, like individually, whatever it is. Like you want them to see that you're working. And something I did, Jen, and I'll shut up after I say this, but and I feel like we got away from it, but it's so important to like show love on your teammates' posts. I know as your team gets bigger, it gets a lot harder, but again, like most of us on here, like that should be no issue, like to do that every single day. And I can remember when I lived in South Carolina, laying in bed every night, and I would just lay in there and I would just go through my list in my head of like my team, and I would go through my chart and I'd be like, okay, here's this thing over here. And I'd go to everybody's page and a comment on their post because it was supporting them, it was bumping it. But you know what also it taught me? It would show me who was working and then who wasn't. So it kind of helped me learn things a little bit better. So that's something too, like I just think that's like something really big that you guys should all get in the habit of doing. Even if it's every night before you go to bed, or if it's in the morning, whatever it is, or throughout the day, you comment on their post just because you're going to give them support. It's going to create that excitement. And I'm not saying like if they post a picture of the Fat Fighters and they're looking for product models, you say, oh, pick me. No, just be like, oh my gosh, I love the Fat Fighters. Or heck yeah, I can't wait to get more. You know what I mean? So just think about that too every day, like when you're making your list, like adding that on there. And even if you do a leg a day, like if you have a bigger team, if you have to break it up, or whatever. So that is what
I got nothing.
I went through too on, you can't do it from your phone, but you can do it from your desktop, and you can make like, I made like a list of my downline. So all I have to do is go to the list to go comment on their stuff separately, so I don't have to necessarily follow them on my news feed. And then they're all in one place, and it's just easier for me to keep track.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
Yeah, I'm not that organized. I just like search their name on there. Because then I like doing that because then I'm boosting them because, I'm searching for them. So I'm kind of helping them out too. But I'm just not organized that well. So does anybody have any quick questions before we hop off of here? And if you guys have like specific questions like about your team or anything like that, or maybe you need help figuring out how to project volume, or maybe you need help with how to guide your teammates, you can ask Jen or I individually. But any like basic questions, anything? We are just really, really, really freaking excited because
Really excited.
we're like
Very
getting
excited.
down to the wire here, like of conference. Like things are about to start happening. I'm getting really anxious. Like the fact that I've slept at all is really shocking to me because I'm really pumped. So thank you for hopping on here, you guys. Go talk to your teams, find out what their goals are. If you need our help, make sure you let us know because we're definitely here to help any way we can. So you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Good night.